We have new information this afternoon on the police officer accused of having sex with a teenage boy. He's now been convicted of felony corruption or solicitation of a minor. Brighton Dahl served as a Williston police officer and McKenzie County Sheriff's deputy. He was charged in August 2017. Dahl was accused of having sex with a boy more than once while working in law enforcement. The boy was 16 and Dahl was 22 at the time. Dahl faces up to 5 years in prison. Sentencing was not immediately scheduled. A former Burleigh County Sheriff's deputy accused of stealing evidence from drug cases has pleaded guilty to felony theft and misdemeanor drug possession under a conditional agreement. The Bismarck Tribune reports that a misdemeanor theft count against Kerry Komrowski was dismissed. Komrowski was charged in April after investigators reportedly found 2.9 pounds of meth and 47 grams of cocaine in his home. He later resigned. A Minot woman who's been accused of abusing her teenage son has been sentenced to 2 years of probation for felony child abuse. The Minot Daily News reports that 37-year-old Amanda Warbitsky earlier spent 6 days in jail, and she was also ordered to pay $1,100 in court costs. Warbitsky admitted to abusing her then 13-year-old son 2 years ago. She told police she had been having problems with the boy and had blacked out and gone into a rage. The boy was not seriously hurt and is now in custody of his father out of state. Warbitsky could have faced up to 5 years in prison. One person was taken to the hospital after a crash near Kent, Minnesota this morning. This was the scene along Highway 75. Police say 53-year-old Ann Heidemann was traveling northbound when she saw another driver pull into her lane, and she wasn't able to avoid that car, causing this crash. Ann was taken to the hospital but is expected to be okay. The driver of the other car wasn't hurt. If early voting is any indication, the polls will be packed tomorrow for the midterm elections. You can cast your ballot from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Then check in with us here at Valley News Live on air and online for the results as those numbers come in. There are a number of key races and issues we're following. They include the tight race for U.S. Senate in North Dakota and the measure to legalize recreational marijuana in the state. On the Minnesota side, voters will pick a new governor and both senators, and Moorhead voters will be deciding on a new mayor. And on this final day of campaigning, North Dakota U.S. Senator Heidi Heitkamp is wrapping up her push for re-election. She'll be in Bismarck, Minot, and Belcourt before hitting the Valley. She'll be in Grand Forks at 4:15 this afternoon, then makes a final stop in Fargo at 6:45. Heitkamp is being challenged by Republican Kevin Cramer. Cramer's campaign says that he will be in Bismarck today. Hundreds of Minnesota National Guard soldiers are now in the Middle East, starting a 9-month-long deployment. The 600 citizen soldiers will focus on building partnerships, creating self-reliance in the region, and increasing security. The Red Bulls are responsible for mission command of Task Force Spartan. That spans 20 countries through 6 time zones with 22 ethnic groups speaking 18 different languages.